south too. It's like
It's raining like shit over here, dude. I couldn't see 3 foot in front of me this morning. It was bad.
it's just foggy up here. We get more fog than rain.
We get more everything. Okay. Waiting for Jolly. I don't know why he thinks we're gonna ambush him though. It's so silly. Like, again, we've been leaders of our group since May. If we were bad at Diplo, we would not be here.
Yeah. I thought I was bad at Diplo, man.
No. There's a reason leaders stay leaders, and it's because they're really good at their jobs. And if they weren't, I've seen out of all Geopol servers, anyone that is bad at one of the big 3 things, and that's just leading a group, Diplo, or like just being a good chill guy, they don't make it. They don't make it. I've had my diplomatic faulties before, but we live and we learn. That was Alpterra.
Guess we're gonna see what we're up against real soon then.
Yep. So I've talked to Jolly just in general. Like, again, he doesn't really know exactly what he's saying because of what I'm reading. Again, we just settled stuff with SRR, so I mean, that's not public information, but I sent him screenshots and he said I was lying about it, so I don't know. Hang on, let me show you these. Let me... Okay, so I said, I want a meeting immediately. No, that's too far down. I said, I kind of said this mean. Dude, are you an educated man? I guess not. I guess it's not public. Arabs started fighting us, and that's result. Like, all the fights have been recorded and have been shown to be proved already that Arab has started these fights. None of the aggressive acts have been made by us. I can show him these clips. I can get Trasic in here. I can show him the clips. Every attack, every fight, every skirmish that we've participated in has literally been started by first Aspect, and then we went to Viridia and attacked back. So we got jumped. That was before the whole visa thing. And that was like one of the big reasons why we needed to push it. But new leadership there. I like that guy. He talked to us today. And he got a visa today, so he's being respectful of our system. He's got a visa. Actually, I've got to get him a permanent visa, but he has to get permission from nations to be there. But he can be on the north in Alpterra.
So we've
permanently.
So we made amends with the Estrar people then.
Yes, no, they are being set up to be colonized or to get their colonization properly. I gave them the rundown. They were confused as well. Apparently, I don't think half the nations read my announcement when I posted how things were going to work. I don't think Jolly didn't even join the Discord that I told everyone to join. Like for nation leaders and all sorts of stuff, I told them to join this. I guess it's my fault for not like saying or sending them personally and saying, "Hey, you need to be in here." But I'm thinking I lost it. I guess there is a communication block. Like, again, this kind of shows it. So we need to be very. I was going to try and do this already, like right when the SRR guys were gone, and I pinged you. But that's when Jolly made the thing. So I guess that's out the door.
What's really interesting is that he's getting mad at us for declaring war on Bistric after his announcement when he sent his announcement like a little bit before I was finally prepared to declare war. That's not. He's interpreting something as not coincidence.
Because I'm getting him kicked off the staff team or something. I'm trying to. Aren't we both doing that?
No, actually, it was just between me and Iconsu that last time, but we actually solved that.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, I guess it's just me and him. Okay. I don't care. I mean, that's whatever. If I want to call someone a cunt and they want to get pissy about it, that's okay. It doesn't affect me.
It probably shouldn't be part of your normal vocabulary when dealing with mods, but
Yeah,
The
no,
reaction
again, he was
is a little
he was in
special.
Vanish and was sitting there. I knew he was in Vanish and was there.
Oh wait, so you said it as in like you cunt.
Yeah, no, I literally like I was sitting there, and I think it's on video. But I was like, yeah, no, this is just a Kanusu being a cunt, and then I was banned immediately because he kept saying stuff about how the raids and stuff, and I don't think he understood what was happening there. And they said we were harassing them, and I was just calling them like SDs the whole time. I was just calling them like rock eaters and shit. It was funny.
It is really
Oh,
funny.
no, I don't know why they get so mad about it, but no, I had to basically break to, I told them, I was like, yes, it is I told the SDR guy, I was like, yes, it is a bit. I don't want, like, because he seemed more personally offended by it, because that was his point on why he didn't, like us that much. I was like, yeah, no, dude, it's a bit. It's not, it's, half of it's a bit, and then the other half is we actually want to keep, like, our continent to the northern, like, players and, like, new players. I had to basically tell him that. And I said there was proper ways he could have done this, and I guess it's our fault for not bringing that with you first. But again, we were attacked by Arab.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, there were some announcements that were exchanged that could have been done differently. But you know, I guess them saying what really kicked it off for me is the fact that one, he didn't email or not email. He didn't send me any message. He didn't speak up during the meeting. Like he was at this meeting. Like he was all the way through. So he knew exactly what was being said. And what the plans were. And he even heard the Viridian threat that if any nation were to like come up here, they would back us. And I did rewatch that, so that's good. I will drop the charges on SDR. I'm not going to sue them anymore, but that was funny. I really wanted to sue someone, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to sue them. So I guess that I'll drop that once, because we're on good terms with them now. I'll drop that tomorrow once I'm able to post stuff. And then once we talk with Cassigen, again, his main points are he wants us to apologize for, I don't know what. Actually, I don't even know what to apologize about. And then he wants us to fix the 4 blocks that were broken on Estor's door that we used to get in there again. That's not claim. Like we at the time we didn't even think it was claimed land because it was one building that was claimed apparently. So it just looked like an empty claim. Like it literally shouldn't have been approved, but Kanusu approved of it. So I reported him for that as well, which was funny. And then we broke down their door, and then we didn't break anything else. And then they kept thinking we were breaking stuff, but no, we were just using tridents and riptiding up the wall, and then getting inside their base that way because they had a roof that was open. Oh yeah, no, that's settled now. So I don't know what he's mad about. Like, and then he wants us to open it up to the entire continent.
Well, how are we supposed to do that? It's literally what we did is we basically made an unofficial line that we're gonna protect. Like, but it's completely unofficial. We can't declare a war if you cross the line. What he is doing is he's demanding that we remove the invisible line.
He's saying that it's gonna get heated. It will get heated if he makes it heated. And then even then, I'm just gonna. This is live, so yeah, just
Don't
let
mention
him
that
do
it's
his
live.
thing.
Do not mention that it's live.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually gonna go invisible so no one can know I'm streaming other than the people on our team.
Okay, Peak. Just again, I just need this for the recording.
It's that, and also
then,
for just our safety's sake.
Yes, if he digs his grave here, then he can dig his grave. I want to see if he pulls what I did on that last meeting. I rewatched that too. Someone sent it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I crashed the fuck out, which was great.
Yeah, don't crash out. I'll let you know if you're crashing out, but also just don't.
No, I was that was when I was like done. Like that was me mentally and just done with the whole conflict. This I'm ready for. I've already settled this once
And
with one nation.
we're not gonna yell at
talk
all.
about-
We're not gonna yell at all. If they yell, then bro, that's
Yeah.
on them.
I'm gonna let him dig his grave here.
We're gonna come in
Yes.
cordial and be like, yo, we're figuring out a domestic thing, and we made this because we're protecting ourselves.
Yes, again, this is an act. Like, if he brings up how we're the aggressors, which he will, I'm going to rephrase the thing I posted saying, hey, look, this is the agreement between all northern nations that has been signed by all northern nations. And then he will probably try and come up with some bullshit.
I wouldn't
don't
leave
know.
a bullshit to his face. Just kind of run roll with it.
Yeah, no.
It's clearly a little touchy.
You know,
So we're
just
just
watch.
gonna...
I'm gonna watch what I'm saying because I tend to say exactly what I want. Or not exactly what I want, but I voice my opinion very deeply. I'll keep my brain clear. Not use my verbal garbage like I normally do. That's a problem I have.
It happens.
My language is bad. Hello, Jolly.
Hello. I hope your stream is going well.
Aye.
To put it quite frankly, I'd like to understand where y'all think y'all have not been aggressive or rude to us. I'd really like to hear the understanding of that, and if you can explain to me how what you're doing is not aggressive and is completely reasonable and understandable, I think we can talk. But to be quite frank, especially considering I don't really care if it was timing, the fact of the matter is you saw that denouncement and then still decided to declare war on Bistek without even talking to us about it. Like, I don't really think that expresses confidence in the fact that y'all are really looking for peaceful solutions and not trying to be unnecessarily aggressive. So
I think it's the
if y'all
opposite.
can please,
I think that's great confidence in our skills to come to peace here. I declared because that's been on our agenda, and we've been planning that for the past 2 weeks now. Even you guys have actually been aware of it, including Viridia. Everyone has been aware that we are declaring war on Bistric. That does not involve any of you guys.
I was not informed of that. So
it's been mentioned in the
Also,
chat that you've been included in.
What does Bistric have anything to do with the South?
I have been included in.
Because that's off topic, by the way.
It's also that Bistric is a completely domestic situation. I can. You are actually in the ticket where I present the war declaration stuff. You can see where we told them beforehand, and they took it very aggressively and tried to get Arbicum to invade us because we were defending the land that we said we would defend. Not only that, but it is on stream that we warned them about 3 weeks ago that if they settled here, we would have problems. We've also offered them alternatives, such as leaving with all their stuff, joining, or continuing to fight. They can leave any time, take their things, and go without any further problems. In fact, their leader, when I spoke to him, he was only online shortly as our time zones are very different, said that he would actually be willing to relinquish his claims as long as we recognize, I believe, their independence. So that's actively being, there's a solution there. But and you have been.
You're still forcing them off of their land. Can we go on topic? You are still forcing them off of your land. Like that. The fact of the matter is y'all are still being aggressive. You're still forcing them off of your land, and this is also coupled with the situation that happened today with the griefing. Regardless of how light it was, the fact is y'all still went over there and attacked members of another nation.
Incorrect.
Hyper, can you please present your case here in the solution that you came to Estrar with?
Yes, sir. Okay, so first of all, this was not an act of aggression from us. We have this on videotape footage from Jurassic. I asked him to record everything. Every skirmish that has happened in the past 2 days, because those have been the only skirmishes, have been on video footage that we have shown to multiple hours. I think this within our group, but we had to show it today for something. I don't really remember. But today, your local Arab decided to show up and attack one of our guys, and we were just there. because one, we had a warp there, and we wanted to go and like just say what's up and like tell them again to leave. Again, our border patrol, the Northern Border Patrol, is not us. You are trying to put this on us. If you've been in our Discord, this is a thing between all of the northern nations. I think almost every member members from every nation are partaking in the border patrol and have helped today.
It's because a lot of the northern nations feel like they aren't getting the chance to actually progress on the server because there's going to be because of the colonial versions.
This is not an active
it's
aggression.
Forced them into a defensive posture, which is why we've taken up the stance we have. Yes, a lot of it is role play, but at the same time, we are
sovereign nation's territory without their express permission. Regardless of your opinion,
we warned everyone that if they settled in that land, there would be problems. We warned it long before.
Wait, Jolly, is this an act of aggression? Can you tell me if this is an act of aggression, please? So I made a post right after the meeting that you decided to leave in the middle of, which I don't really get, by the way. We made a post saying, hey, this is what all northern nations have signed and agreed on, by the way. Every northern nation has had their name signed by themselves. I can show you, I don't know if you can show this on Google Doc, but I can show you the Google Doc agreeing to this. But we said, if anyone makes an act of aggression, like if anyone shows up here, it will be seen as an act of aggression and we will defend upon it.
Unless we give permission or come to an agreement, which was actually done today between Hyper and Esrar. So what you don't know currently is that there was an agreement made between that time frame and the events.
Yes. I believe there's a lot of confusion going on here. You have your local Arab that has attacked.
Wait, Hyper, I want to clarify. It doesn't matter what agreement or what you did with Estrar. The fact of the matter is that you are saying, right, and as the largest nation in the north, you are leading this charge to a certain extent.
Incorrect.
Whoa, wait. Hey, Hyper, let me finish. Can I finish my point?
I've been waiting.
And the fact of the matter is that members of whatever nation it was that you were also included in have chose to go on a sovereign nation's soil. That nation and its ally, or its ally in this case, took that as a potential threat and attacked you. All right? I understand that is frustrating, but the fact of the matter is that did the southern nations sign that agreement? No, you can't just enforce your will on the southern nations just because you think that's what's
May I interject for a second? I have a question.
Secondly,
I have a question.
Been there for a lot longer than that agreement was officially.
We worked this out. Again, you wouldn't let me finish earlier, so I didn't get to that part.
You also have been trying to cut me off. So
respectfully,
you cut me off every time.
Enlighten me.
You cut me off every time.
Shush, Hyper. Shush.
Cut me off as well. So don't act, Doug. You can't just say, "Oh, only you're cutting me off," and then literally try to cut me off repeatedly. So, but I'll listen. What do you have to say?
So again, the meeting between us and Estrar happened today. Again, it was it was a little bit of everything. So the acts of aggression. The skirmishes was because Arab attacked, and again, in the rules, you can assist your ally. They assisted their ally, but again, this is all on footage. They actually stayed out of it majorly. It was just Arab fighting. They only joined in on fights when it was like a bunch of people against Arab, but overall, it was just Arab fighting. So the skirmishes were started by Arab, and then we did come to an agreement. He told me. During the meeting, he didn't want to speak up due to the fact that his mic wasn't working. He did hear that the claim that Viridia made and stated that, hey, if anyone does this, we will act upon it and help our friends in the north. Viridia did state that. He didn't want to speak up, and then I told him he could have DM'd me, but he said he thought that I don't even remember. I have maybe Jurassic recorded it or something. I don't know. He stated something and he didn't want to DM us or something. But it was just a lot of confusion between the two nations. And we worked this out. Again, this is not an agreement. This is what your comment on the whole, the South didn't agree to this? Well, Mexico didn't agree to America putting border policies on them, did they? No. That's not how this works. This is a geopulsar. Like,
Hyper, that's
you
not
can't
the
just
right way to
pretend
phrase
saying
this.
the other.
The
Well, yeah, I
reason we
know,
set up
but
the border
it's an
agreements
example.
thing, it's an invisible line. As a moderator yourself, you know we can't actually declare war or anything like that if they cross this line. That's just not part how the server works, you know. What it really is more of a political boundary because we've set because it got really aggressive really fast, and we wanted to see what we could actually do, and we got all the other nations and tribes and stuff. We're like, okay, let's draw this line because the line ends where the last tribe or nation is. I think it's Orion. And
yes, and they have actually signed as well.
Orion
so.
and South Horizon were the last two. So the line ends where their claims end.
Okay. I want
What's
to
up?
sorry. Can I clarify? My issue is not even with the fact that the agreement exists. It is the fact that y'all are using this as an excuse to kind of just run amok and do what you want on the northern continent. And
Incorrect.
and that is
Explain.
the opinion of myself and my council.
It's not
because okay, what were you gonna say, Babs?
It's not or just a reason to run amok. We made the agreement and said, or we made the post and we warned everyone that if you did settle up here, we were going to get aggressive. Now today, even though the aggression,
we stated that it was a defensive thing.
It is defensive. However, again, I'm going to go back to Hyper's point. I'm going to say we actually did come to a peaceful conclusion with Estrar. Like we actually came to a peaceful agreement and it has been solved. I just don't think you've actually gotten word of it yet, which is normal.
Again, I'm timed out,
possible.
so I haven't been able to say anything. I would have said something about the agreement.
So respectfully, I am aware of the Estrar agreement. We're aware of that.
It just happened.
Yes.
You made the post before it was agreed upon, actually.
No, I'm also in contact with Estrar, and so I'm aware that there was an agreement that was made. The fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter is, whoa, wait, Hyper, you were literally just talking about me cutting people off, and now you're literally trying to cut me off. So don't claim that you're not trying to cut me off. Okay? Y'all, please do not be hypocrites. That is something that frustrates the hell out of me. Respectfully, I understand that y'all have made an agreement with them, but the fact of the matter is between the Bistic situation, this situation, as well as the way that y'all have directly treated us in tickets and the situation with us being forced effectively to move development, which we had already done, off of your land because you felt it was unfair and didn't like where it was, right? And we're not happy with the merge, right?
Didn't we pay for that, though?
Babs,
we did pay.
Can I finish? Can I finish, please?
Okay.
The fact of the matter is that this has been a repeated pattern of out-Volusian aggression, in my opinion. And the fact of the matter is that there is no guarantee that this behavior is going to stop. And so I would rather call this out now, call it what it is, which is what is aggression, and nip this in the bud now. So I am just, again, I understand that y'all are like, we want the Northern Agreement. We were willing to sign on to that. We did not sign on to that officially yet. So I am unsure where there was miscommunication there because we never did.
I thought Kansu did.
Kanosu did where?
I thought he signed on to the agreement back when we paid for it.
Kanosu literally just said we never signed off to it. We had discussed it
when we paid, sorry, Jolly. So what I agreed on was the payment for us to remove our colony.
Yeah.
We did not agree on signing the agreement. We had initially offered that as an opportunity, but when you both were incredibly rude to us in the ticket, we aren't going to go out of our way and expend Kasajan resources to protect y'all when y'all are actively being jerks to us and being like, why would we do that?
We're not asking for that. We're not asking for Kasajan to help
protection.
Protect us. We're not asking for that.
We wanted.
We're asking that you respect. We are asking that you respect our boundary, and that we have, again, you called this aggression. We are the natives of this land. This is our land. We have stated why we want to keep this land protected. And then it appears you weren't even there for the first half of the meeting, so you don't even know why we wanted to do this.
Don't point fingers, Hyper.
I apologize, but it is the truth. Again, this is an act of defense. We've stated that, hey, this is our land, or not our land, but this is the land that we will protect. all northern nations have agreed to protect it.
We've always left open the clause that we can make that we will
Yes.
make agreements and allow
Just like we
such
did
colonies
today
and
with
stuff.
Estoril. With
So-
with colonies, we have made an agreement with Estoril. Actually, we're still waiting. I'm still waiting for Marker Serial to agree, because in our contract with the northern nations, we stated that I think 50% of the northern nations had to agree, but it is looking right now with the current poll that Estoril will get to keep their colony. They have given very good evidence why they should keep their colony, and we are going with a clean slate with Estoril. It is honestly with the whole aggression and the attacks. Again, it is your local.
We've
Arab-
taken
he
steps
does-
ourselves to actually clean up the mess. The
And
person,
doesn't that? Hang on, Babs. Doesn't us wanting to pay you guys and like, doesn't that show that we want to handle matters peacefully? Like, we have not been aggressive at all.
So
we have been aggressive verbally
The-
before. That much is true.
I just.
Been-
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Can I bring something up now? So I just want to clarify. Y'all brought up earlier in this meeting that this agreement was made actually in between my denouncement and the
What
the
agreement?
meeting we're having now. Is that not true?
No, that the agreement happened earlier today.
Oh, okay. So that was misinformation I was fed. Okay, that's
Wh-
interesting.
What?
Okay, that sorry. This is just
Well,
again. This
We're
is
not
hard for
giving
me
you
to keep
misinformation.
straight,
If we messed up, if we worded something the wrong way and messed up, then that's our bad. But like, it
you
did not
literally
happen
said you've
before.
only been respectful in tickets, and yet literally when we were trying to discuss about the things, y'all were really disrespectful and dismissive of us. So I just like Babs. Here's my point: is I'm hearing one thing and I'm perceiving aggression, and you have been giving me inconsistent information on what's happening.
What-
The fact of the matter is that regardless of what agreements are being made or what's happening,
what
you are still
inconsistent
being
information?
outwardly aggressive towards these nations. Invading a nation, regardless of if it was 2 weeks ago or what it was, is still aggression.
No,
Going and
Bistric
attacking-
invaded us.
going to their land, and
Bistric, yeah.
the fact is that y'all are still being aggressive.
Bistric invaded
and there is
us. What do you
no
mean?
indicator of the way you guys are acting that this aggression is going to stop. So
Look at
It's
look at Babs' live
self-defense.
stream. Go look at the live stream. Go look at the live stream of them coming here. Like when the borders first dropped. Go watch that live stream.
bro, I'm not watching a live stream just to what dog.
We told
Oh my
Bistric to
goodness.
leave when they originally, the first people set up. They didn't actually set up anything yet. They actually showed up on our island.
Okay,
And
but
we told them
that's
to
not
go back
what you get.
somewhere
You just tell
else.
people to leave. They're allowed to build if they want to build there.
Well,
That's
yes,
not how
but
this.
we were defending the islands, and so they said, okay, we're going to go. And they came back a different time, and they set up, and we're like, okay, so we did claim this area. If you don't leave, we will start to get aggressive. And then with time, eventually they actually, before we ever got aggressive, long before, we have screenshots of this. They actually went to Arbicum and asked them to pressure
Your
us.
definition, perhaps, that would be self-defense.
What?
So that's literally what y'all are arguing, because you're like, oh, someone else is in my land and I view as mine, quote unquote, and because of that I'm now going to war them. That's just self-defense. That's literally what you have implied earlier today with what's going on with Bistek, because
But
you made that same
you didn't-
argument.
Let me finish,
guys.
please.
Nothing to
I'm
do with
not
what
done.
happened.
Hyper, shut up. Bistric, what really
Thank you.
made it a problem was that they went to Arbicum and started asking Arbicum to pressure us and eventually war us if we did anything or were or tried to make them leave. And that's where we're like, okay, if they're willing to bring Arbicum in to kick us out, then we need to take more drastic steps. That's why we've done what we've done. And I was still trying to come to a peaceful agreement with the Bistric leader, but they can't have full autonomy in the same area.
Dog. I think we have very fundamental differences on what we view as self-defense and what we view
probably do.
as but the fact of the matter is y'all are still being aggressive towards nations regardless of whether you think it's self-defense or what you think it is.
Hold on.
At the end of the day,
Explain, list everything that has been in quote unquote what you want to call aggression, and then like
Hyper.
have I not told you
Your word choice,
everything?
Hyper.
Have I not told you everything that has been self-defense? Like I can show you video evidence of skirmishes being in self-defense because we are being attacked.
What I saw earlier today was not self-defense. It was blatant harassment against Estrar colonizers.
But we solved the problem ourselves. We didn't
Yes,
even.
it has been solved.
But the
It's been
point
solved for
is,
hours
y'all
today.
still chose to do that. This
But-
is the problem that I have. Is that
Because we
just
made the
have to have
warning.
this cycle of wait, can you give me a second? Are we gonna have this cycle of Alt Valesia doesn't like what's going on in the north or the south? Alt Valesia goes, griefs and attacks a nation, right? And doesn't like something that's happened. Then afterwards, they decide to come to this agreement to try to make peace. I don't want to have to deal with that. And so respectfully, Castellan is putting its foot down now before this situation spirals out of control. The fact of the matter is that y'all are still being incredibly aggressive, incredibly rude, furthermore also lying because y'all claim that we signed on to an agreement that we did not sign on to.
Thought you
We did
did.
not sign on to that agreement
He
at
said he
all.
thought. He never said that you guys did. That's just
Okay.
I mean, I
The
guess I'm
fact is
wrong.
never-
I apologize for that.
Well, you didn't. In one of the leader announcements, you did say that. It's just frustrating to me because it really appears to me that what y'all think you're doing is perfectly in the right. And the fact of the matter is that it was still acts of aggression. And unless we can get some kind of guarantee that, these acts of aggression are going to stop, we're still going to support whoever you are aggressive towards. That's all that our announcement has said. If you read the announcement, you would understand that that is the point of what we are doing. We are literally saying that if a nation is being threatened by you in an aggressive way, we are going to back them up. And
We
I think that
already
is
solved-
more than reasonable.
We already made we made a solution with Estrar. I don't know what else you could want from us.
Still doing
And
the
a
same thing to BizTech.
Estrar
The
wasn't even
fact of the
violent.
matter-
McGee got killed by your local Arab, and Estrar was there. Estrar has.
Oh,
not
is he
started
talking about
anything,
yesterday
and
or
we have not
today?
started anything.
Was Mickey killed
But
today?
both. Yeah. No. Actually, Arab pulled up when we were at Estrar, like their colony, again to ask them to leave. And then
Oh.
Arab showed up and attacked Jurassic because he's got something where he wants to kill Jurassic for some reason. I don't
Oh.
know what kind of deal he's got going, but he just really wants to kill Jurassic.
It's got to be like
And then
gun?
day one, he attacked McGee, and then we all acted in self-defense. Estrar hasn't started anything. We haven't started anything. This is all on video evidence. And what Kanusu said earlier, if he's going to call that harassment, that is RP. If you did not hear all of the southern slurs that I stated, like it is very clearly just us going to mess with them and then ask them to leave. I did not know. My crew, no one in that crew, like out of all the border patrol, because it's not just us, mind you, it is all of the north that is in this border patrol. Everyone that is voluntarily signed up to help do this, to keep our land safe from colonizers, like we've stated before, that we stated that, hey, if you guys came here and colonized, we would see it as an act of aggression, and we would defend ourselves.
We just think
Again,
there's a peaceful solution.
I just want to butt in that the Estral colonizers were asking you guys to leave repeatedly.
We were asking them to leave. We were asking them to leave. We've got it on video.
Both sides are probably
trying to
asking the
ask
other to
for them.
leave, both for different reasons.
And no, they weren't asking us to leave. They were doing some funny stuff. They were just saying funny
Okay.
stuff, and we were saying funny stuff.
Hyper. I'm gonna be real frank with you. I know for a fact that you have been misrepresenting things you've said throughout this meeting, and
It's
this
on
just
video.
pisses me off more. So
It's on video.
I think we've been completely
Respectfully,
serious
no, I
this
have
entire
not.
time.
Respectfully,
It's on
everything that I
video.
have shared has been my understanding from the understanding of my ability. I have shared everything. The fact of the matter is that we cannot trust you. You're being aggressive, and we are calling you out for it. I think
It sounds like
that-
you're starting. It sounds like you're trying to start
Hyper,
fights. but
careful what you say, Hyper.
I'm going to
Respectfully,
say this.
we have no desire to start
have-
fights.
we have
I am
proof-
concerned
we have
because
proof
now
that this is
you are
different.
literally being aggressive as shit towards these smaller nations. and they are concerned as fuck about it. Like, I genuinely, like, we wanted to sign on to that agreement, but instead, you were rude as fuck to us on
Bistric
that
isn't
ticket.
invading.
You have been walking around like you own the northern continent and can do what you want with it. That's not okay. If this agreement was made in good faith,
It's the
then I would
entire
be able
North
to
that's agreed to it.
no way
You're denying
actions,
the North
I
their own
think
freedom to their own
anything
nations.
else.
The North belongs to the North. All of the northern nations have signed this contract. The North belongs to the North.
If you
The South
deny
does
us
not.
going around and acting like
The
we
North does
quote
not
unquote
belong to
own the
North, it
place
denies
in
it
our own
belongs to
area,
The North is the North.
That's
We
what
are
you
the North.
want this to be. Regardless of whether you're admitting it or not, that is exactly what this agreement is showing to me. That is what it shows up to me, and your actions are showing me. Literally. I have already outlined the actions and my concerns that are being put in place. I don't want to keep sounding like a brokered record because that's just going to piss me off. But the fact of the matter is that based on what I've seen and based on the actions I am seeing, y'all are being aggressive. That is what I am seeing and what I am witnessing.
Would you like to see video evidence of us defending ourselves?
No, because the problem is that your video evidence can be clipped. We've also
It's
seen
not
other
clipped.
evidence.
I will
For
send you
example,
the
you're like,
whole-
oh, they weren't asking us to leave.
I will
We
send you the
know
whole
they asked
footage.
them
I
to
will send
leave.
you.
they
I will send
were
you-
asking us
this
to
is-
leave, but he said.
Again,
Piper,
that
what'd
wasn't
you
a
say?
fight. The skirmish didn't even happen then. The skirmish happened later in the day. No fights broke out then. It was just like a few hours ago. Hang on.
All right, yeah, take your time, Piper.
I'll wait for 2 seconds.
Okay,
Make sure
I just got
You
back
can
home.
speak to me when he's not available.
Okay, no, I'm here. I just got back.
Well, no, I just want to make sure because that everyone who needs to be informed is informed because, you know, again, it seems apparently there was severe miscommunication when it came to the quote unquote agreement we had signed. Ultimately, I think I'm being a broken record. I've made my point abundantly clear. The fact of the matter, again, I've made my point clear. I'm not going to say this over and over again. I'm concerned about this aggression. This is concerning to me. If you can show some way that this aggression is not going to be a problem and that Ring is not just about Out-Valesia wanting control of the North, we can gladly
Out-Valesia,
rediscuss.
this is a group effort. This is everybody.
You do realize that every northern nation, like I'm pretty sure we had dude, we even had southern nations there. We had our what is new? Is it New Arbocum? We had the leader of whatever Arbocum is now. He was there. Kanusu
Okay,
can
they
probably
can be
back it
there.
up.
They
He
can
would-
be there, but they never signed anything.
We invited everyone to
He
our
was
meeting to
helping us.
clarify.
He was helping us. Not only did he help then, but he helped in the meeting that solidified everything.
Are you talking?
Um,
Oh
Because
yeah, the
New
leader of
Arbocum
Arbicum.
was
talking
involved.
about
You are
third
now
lawyer.
implying that makes what you did okay. So that's what I'm hearing.
No.
Like, just because other nations were
No,
involved in
not at all.
it doesn't mean this wasn't like. Dog, I feel like
So,
I'm just
let me-
repeating myself over and over again.
No,
like,
you've stated clear points each time. You're not repeating yourself.
So let me explain this to you. So we had the skirmish that happened yesterday. The skirmish that happened yesterday was after after a USE member decided to post a video of him swimming to the northern continent. So we went there to tell him, hey, we're going to court with you. We're gonna fine. You can either pay a fine
Oh
or we can
yeah,
go to
we
court.
took it to court instead of attacking, which is I think
Yes.
sign
Just by the way,
civilized
there is a
nation.
court date posted instead of attacking. So that is another valid reason that we are trying to settle stuff more of diplomatically. So we took him to court for his actions of breaking the northern law, and he's going to go to court for that.
Oh
So
my
your
God.
northern law is not a single southern person is allowed to step foot on
I mean,
your
if you
land?
don't have like
So,
a visa or
incorrect.
agreement, then
We
Okay,
have a
it's
visa system.
why is there
technically
visas?
Why is there visas?
Furthermore, weren't you also suing him because he claimed that Northerners were didn't you also mention? Let me pull this up just to make sure I'm hearing this right. Didn't you also claim that the video? Interesting. You know what? I'll bring that up later if we need to talk about it. But keep going. Keep going.
I want to hear what you've got. That's interesting.
Well, I just think it's interesting because I also think, suing a guy for in part claiming that Northerners, because part of your lawsuit is regarding the breaking of the treaty, but also claiming that his statement that
This is an agreement
that
between all Northern nations.
Southerners can swim is true. And I think if we're going to talk about RP reasons here, it is guaranteed freedom of speech as a fucking right to our citizens. I'm just bringing this shit up because I feel like
I'm
y'all
not
are
laughing
like,
at
oh,
you.
we're
I'm
not-
laughing at just how funny that was.
Like,
because Southerners can indeed swim.
bro, what the fuck was that shit?
That was a fun
Like,
time.
It
I mean,
was
we
just
got
us
him to
rage
swim
baiting
it
this guy into
twice.
wasting-
That was all part of the
He-
plan.
He wasted 20 minutes of his life swimming. It was great.
We baited
Anyways,
we baited
again,
one guy into
I
swimming
think- I think
basically
you-
this English Channel twice.
I think a lot of stuff you're seeing is not only just jokes from the I think you're taking jokes from the North out of context based off of just a few things, and that being one of them. But I think because there is a lot of it is a joke. All of the northern, oh yeah, we're gonna be racist and you guys have small feet.
It is
and
very
you guys
hard
is-
to understand
you
if you
guys are-
weren't there. That much is
Yes,
very
like
clear.
you.
So that mistake is completely understandable.
Like I said, with Estoror, I'm thinking this is another Estoror situation where you guys didn't quite understand everything and
respectfully, we
didn't
did.
ask any questions.
And so we
Well-
can make up right now and just like we did with Estrar, just not worry about it.
Respectfully, no. The fact of the matter is that we did have all the information on Estrar, and we're still concerned about your aggression. The main concerns we had were not regarding the Southern Continent shit. Those were points I was bringing up to disprove statements you were making. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the initial statement we had still stands. I am still concerned about your aggression. I know my members of my nation are still concerned about that aggression. At the end of the day, I don't want to have to keep wasting time here. This is something we can discuss another time, but the fact of the matter is the Cosajan Freedom Doctrine is still going to stand until we are sure that Alt Valesia is not attempting to use Ring and influence the northern nations to enforce their will on the northern continent. And
We're also not the lead. We're also not the leaders of Ring. It is the CVD that is leading the whole thing. It
Oh,
is not
SVD?
us. Yes, it is SVD that is the leader of this.
Okay, so I have a
It is
question
not us.
regarding SVD. So they're wanting to halt the movement of Esterons up to the northern continent, yet they're actively colonizing Esterar.
We're trying to get them to sell that land.
We've been trying to get them to stop.
Okay.
We actually don't like that because it does make. We agreed to not do that
It
now
makes
that
us
that
look
happened, and it's not okay.
We all said, hey, we will defend our land, but you cannot be the one that is
The
ringleading
rest
this.
of Ring is
and then
irritated
actively
with
have
them
land.
making colonies down there.
And that's
So,
fine,
yes.
but they're still doing it, and you still aren't stepping in.
We have.
The
We
fuck
have.
you mean we aren't stepping in?
What step in? They're still making the colonies, bro. Do something.
What do you think we've been doing? We can't just
here's
up and take all our
Here's the
stuff and they'll
problem:
ban us.
is our focus has now been diverted to the conflict that has just happened. We can't focus all of
And
our
who started
time
that?
on.
Who is putting that conflict into motion? Who just declared that war?
We're not talking about that. That's unrelated to anything you've stated today, actually. That is a
The
different
war
thing.
is a domestic
apart
fight, and I've
from
already
the South.
explained why it's been set in motion long
you out
before
of
we
all
actually
people,
mentioned
you. Were a
You came long
You were
after
a
the Bistric
admin.
event.
I have not been. The only thing is this the ticket where I responded to you, Babs, only to tell you that nothing happens if you don't declare war. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I have not read that ticket. I only look in tickets usually to make sure they're getting solved. So I have not read that ticket. All I saw was your recent question. Saw nobody had responded and responded. So
That's
I am
fine.
not aware
Thank
of
you
the
for your
contents
response.
of that ticket. So I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't want to just keep discussing this. I feel like we're just wasting time at this point. At
We're
the
getting
end of the
somewhere,
day,
though.
what do you mean we're getting somewhere? Respectfully, this is frustrating.
Well, now you said you know the ticket exists, and so now I get to explain to you what the ticket's about.
No, I'm aware of the Bistek situation and how apparently there was an
You said you
agreement
haven't read any
made.
part of it, so I
But
would
you
like
just
to
said you
explain it
didn't
to
read
you.
it.
No, because I was explained to this. Fine, you can explain it.
Okay. So we'll start with day one where Bistrix showed up. There are two people. We warned them that we were going to be settling the area. We're like, okay, if you guys come up here, there's going to be a fight. And they're like, all right. And so we left
Still a
with that
problem, still
knowledge.
aggression.
What?
Still being aggressive.
By the way,
Anyways,
this was the
continue.
day the continent opened. So this was long before we actually were aware Costigan was a much of a nation because we didn't play much before then. All we did was kind of chill and make boats.
So let me state something here because you've had the repeating
Hyper.
thing go on. Yes. You've stated that us warning people that bad things would happen is an act of aggression. How is us telling them like, hey, this is a problem, like this could happen? How is that us being aggressive? That's their
literally
free
a
will.
threat.
I feel
That
like we've
is
been very
free will to go
upfront
and
though,
act
because
right.
at the time we were like,
that's their free will. That is their free will to act upon that.
we gave
Yeah,
them.
that's still a fucking threat. Oh my. Bro, like.
It's a domestic fight. It's a thing that's been going on long before our relations with
It also
Costigan.
doesn't relate to anything we're
It doesn't
talking
relate
about
to
right
anything going on. It's completely between us and Bistric.
To what's going on, because you declaring war on them is incredibly concerning, and we view
It's
that as an act of aggression.
We've been at war with Bistric
Doesn't relate to you.
unofficially long before you actually showed up. Like, it does not matter to our relationship with you. You don't need to make that your problem.
Kalendor when they, or did you guys denounce Viridia when they fought? Is this any fight to you an act of aggression? Like
No,
physically against you?
Oh my goodness.
Because
Well,
the way
then
you're
let us
saying
have
it,
our fight with Bistric because we're not. It's not harming you, and we've also offered them peaceful alternatives.
Respectfully, y'all, Bistrict is the first of the dominoes, and we're not allowing you to get started on that train. Again, the way y'all are talking and the way y'all are acting in this meeting does not inspire
What if all the
confidence.
northern nations think that we're the first of the dominoes when you come up here and kill us off for defending our own land?
That's not what this is about. The fact of the matter is you are attacking other people, and that is what is going on.
It's a domestic fight. We've already it's been going on for a while, and we're still dealing with it.
Listen, if it had only been the Mystic situation, if it had only been the way y'all talked to us in the ticket and what happened there, if it had only been the Estrar situation, if any of these had been isolated incidents, this would not have been the problem.
Well, that's just it. That's all it is now. We actually made peace. We made peace with everyone else. We made peace with everyone else, so now it is just.
This is concerning, but the fact of the matter is other nations are concerned, and we're not going to stand idly by and do nothing.
We've already made peace with other nations.
Can you show evidence that other nations are concerned, please?
Yeah, Hunter. Did you not literally see the multiple leader announcements that came in response to?
They hate us. They've hated us beforehand.
They actively hate us. They've hated us on other servers. They've actively hated us on other servers, and your local Arab, if you're going to use him as an example, dude, he was literally the reason that Esterar and Alp-Valencia got into it. He is the very man that showed up, decided to try and kill us all, and then
we solved the issue he caused.
Yes. We actively are trying to problem solve.
We've made peace with more people than Arab has.
I was the one that made this. I was the one that made the ticket to solve this peacefully. However, you have just thrown accusations that we are being aggressive
fingers.
when we are clearly stating that we are being defensive. We are defending ourselves against actual physical attacks on our people. We are defending ourselves in this bit. If you want to talk about the Bistric situation, we are defending ourselves against people that, hey, they're just actually. Yes, we're defending ourselves against them because they decided to show up here.
And they're not just invaders in that sense, but they've also called upon nations of the South to kick us out of our home. How do we respond to that other than taking actions to actually remove this threat? Everything we've done has been in a defensive posture.
And your actions are infringing on my citizens' rights as well as the rights of other people's citizens as well.
Hang on. How are our actions affecting?
How is Costigan citizens? How are they affecting this? I do not know.
I haven't voted a northern nation. like that is a serious problem for us. That restricts citizens' movement. It creates problems for trade and other things like that. We are
opened up the
economic
option for
nations. We
visa
wanna work
papers
with
and
other
permission.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
free.
that's
actively stated
ridiculous.
for
Free
our
visas.
self, again,
The visas. See,
For-
we don't
for our self-defense, we have opened this up to manage
We don't-
or to operate, because we've had a lot of people come here and attack us, Aspect being one of them. We've had Southerners come here and attack us because they actively don't like us. They actively don't like Marker Cereal. They actively don't like. I don't know why people just don't like the Northerners. Like, this is, again, there are reasons people have left the South. Our reason being a fairly good one. But, like, we have just been, like, ridiculed for being up here for no, like, a current reason. Like, again, we've had people that have followed us from server to server, Calendor being half of them.
That's
reason-
actually not a
that's the
very
reason
relevant
why
accusation to make.
people-
I'm not
It's-
gonna. It's not very relevant.
Yeah,
The reason
I know.
why
I
people
got
don't
off
like the
topic.
North right now is because they can't freely make settlements up in the North
Well, now
without expecting.
now we get to the
violence and
topic
aggression.
of well, we made it
Also-
very
also
clear
the issue-
beforehand.
What,
But you
wait,
get
what
so
other-
much, you get a whole continent, and you're coming up here and pushing us out, and we're like, and when we try to do anything about it, it becomes a problem. Even when we've allowed colonies, we've been like, hey, if you come and ask us and you get the correct papers, we'll let you set up a colony.
Yeah, but
then-
who are you to
Probably one of
dictate
them.
where we can colonize?
We live here.
That's the issue.
We live here.
We're the natives. We
Yeah,
actively
but
whoa,
you
whoa,
don't
wait.
claim the whole continent. You guys don't hold
Our people
territory
are
claims
spaced throughout the
across-
entire continent. Our people are spaced
No,
throughout
those
the
are
entire
separate
continent.
nations. The
Yeah,
reason
those are
why
separate
nobody
nations
really
that all
likes
agree
the
to the same
Northerners is
pact.
because we can't settle
Yeah,
up there without facing
because
aggression
you
from
never
you guys.
ask.
Hey,
Why
you
should
know
we
what-
ask you? That's the thing.
Because we live here.
shouldn't
This is gonna
have
go
to
in
ask
circles.
you. It will be, which is why we won't be able to reach an agreement because you guys
We
will
can
keep
reach an
having to
agreement, it
require
just-
visas. No,
Again,
our
guys are-
demands
you
would
guys
be
are
cancel the
foreigners to the South.
visas. Cancel the
We have already
visas,
made
and
our
we won't have an
demands.
issue.
We have already made our demands clear. Allow people to go up north to the continent, make an apology for the way y'all are acting, and stop being aggressive. I think we're done here. We have made our demands clear. If you and Alp Felicia can meet those
You
demands,
can't declare
the
war on us for
Constitution
just playing the
freaking
game.
wait,
Get rid of the
Babs.
visas.
Babs, meet these demands, and we can understand what is happening. But the fact of the matter is that until this time, when we can ensure that these people's freedoms and that the ring is
Are you gonna
not
kill?
just
Are you
serving
gonna kill
as a
STD
gateway to
or
all the-
whatever? Are you gonna kill
Piper?
SVD next? Are you gonna go after them? Are you gonna go
Piper?
after South Horizon? Are you gonna go after?
Piper,
Are
I'd
you
like
gonna
to
go after
point out-
Orion
Hyper,
next?
hyper,
Is this
stop.
call accusing me of cutting me off? You off?
No,
repeatedly
because we don't
here?
enforce visas on northern nations, whereas you guys do. We're not going to show aggression
We
towards
all do.
SVD because we
All-
don't have.
All northern
visas.
nations have agreed to enforce the northern. Like,
Okay,
all northern
whoa,
nations
wait.
have agreed.
Hyper,
It would
Hyper,
not just have to
Kenosu,
be us.
Kenosu,
We
I
cannot.
agree with you. We're going to be talking in circles here. I think we're done. At the end of
We
the
cannot
day,
What
just
the
remove
the
visas
fuck?
that all of the northern. We cannot remove a
Respectfully.
visa that every. We would have to go individually to every northern nation
All
and
right.
say, "Hey, we can't do this
I
visa
have
thing
work
anymore."
to do
What?
tonight.
This is
Oh,
our
cool.
law now.
It's 11 p.m. We're done. At the end,
So you
we
want-
have
you
made
want us to
our
force other
demands
nations to drop the
abundantly
visa?
clear to make sure we are safe.
Yes.
Holy
This,
shit.
It has been set out.
Holy
if you want
hell.
to talk about those demands, we can talk about it. But until we are sure that your aggression will stop, we are done here.
What the
Thank
fuck
you.
do we?
It's self-defense,
You guys
my
have a
friend.
good-
It's self-defense. God damn it! What the actual hell was
What
that?
the
That is it. What they did there. What they did there was they're pushing a button. They're starting a fight. We have actively told them that we can show them evidence that what we're doing is self-defense,
Holy shit!
physical self-defense, and they said no. I don't want to see your proof. I
What
don't
the
want to see
fuck
the
do we
proof.
do?
I'm going to continue to push this button so I can war someone. Someone's bored on this server. Someone's activity is low as shit. Someone's players aren't playing and they want them to. Hell, I'd be surprised if their players showed up. Like, let's be honest here.
The implications of this are so much worse, though. We're going to get warred because we don't follow these insane demands, which are playing the game.
Oh yeah, we wanna have cool diplomatic.
They should just
we
declare one us from breathing at this point, bro. Genuinely, it's the entire North. The entire North is involved in this. because we
Oh
don't.
yeah. Let's go to SVD and say, hey, yeah, we can't do this visa thing anymore because Cassigen said no. Oh well, we don't want to. We like our visa rule. Well, you're getting warned. I don't know what to tell you.
Fuck, you're dead.
Oh shit, the SVD is gone. Oh my gosh.
You okay?
Yeah. Hey, hi Jolly. Hi Jolly. Hi Jolly.
Alright.
Do you like being aggressive? That was aggressive.
I'm gonna
What
start
he did
sending.
right there.
I'm gonna start sending this stream everywhere because this is the most incredible.
Shit post this shit. Holy hell. That is wonderful.
All right, I'm gonna close the stream now, and we're gonna go back to the voice chat because Souls wants us there.
Holy crap. Yep, I see that.
Alright.
That is
Bye, guys.